What happens when someone vanishes without a trace and never comes back? That's a cold question at the heart of these stories. Not all disappearances are mysteries. Some leave behind painful, deep voids that linger for decades. Not only are they cold cases, but they have left families, communities, and even detectives with emotional scars. This series isn't here to offer neat endings. It's here to delve into the dreaded unresolved. Because at times, the most disturbing part isn't who did it. It's never finding out at all. The Martin family from Portland, Oregon, left on what appeared to be an ordinary Christmas vacation on a chilly Sunday morning in December 1958. But they were never seen alive again. Kenneth and Barbara Martin had organized a day trip to gather greenery from the Columbia River Gorge for holiday decor with their daughters, Barbie, 14, Virginia, 13, and Susan, 11. But instead, they disappeared completely, leading to one of the most disturbing missing person cases in Oregon. The family drove off in their 1954 Ford Country Squire station wagon, which was red and cream in color. At Cascade Locks, where they were last spotted buying gas, the attendants noticed that the kids stayed in the car while Barbara paid. After that, they were spotted enjoying a peaceful meal at Hood River's Paradise Snack Bar. Nothing appeared out of the ordinary. Since it was only going to be a quick, casual trip, it wasn't too strange that the Martins did not tell anyone where they were going. When they didn't return home that evening, no one thought much of it. But the following morning, Kenneth never showed up for work at Eccles Electric Home Service. His boss became worried and went to see how they were doing. The family home was untouched. Laundry was half folded, dishes were in the sink, and Barbara's sewing machine was still on. Gifts, clearly meant for Christmas morning, were hidden in the basement. Everything suggested that they had planned to come back that evening. The police soon became involved. The investigation, however, was chaotic from the start. Several law enforcement agencies argued over jurisdiction because the family had been spotted in multiple counties that day. A lot of time was lost in the confusion. But one Multnomah County Sheriff's Office detective, Detective Walter Graven, never gave up on the investigation. While many others chose to believe that the family had accidentally gone off the road into the river, he was adamant that foul play was involved. For months, neither the car nor the family could be discovered despite extensive searches. Following that, on May 1st, 1959, a fisherman found 11-year-old Susan Martin's body in the Columbia River close to Camas, Washington. 2 days later, her sister Virginia was found 6 miles upstream. Although both girls had drowned, there was something more troubling about their bodies. Susan had holes in her head, and both girls had signs of bruising. Due to their prolonged time in the water and the decay, it became difficult to verify the suspicions of some investigators that they had been shot or bludgeoned. This changed everything. Now, foul play seemed likely. But where were Barbie, Barbara, and Kenneth? And why hadn't the car showed up? Detective Graven took a closer look. He discovered that Kenneth's nephew Donald Martin, an ex-con, had been mentioned in Barbara's diary. Donald and his roommate had dinner with the family shortly before they disappeared. Strangely enough, his roommate burned clothes stained with blood in a barrel in their backyard a few days after Donald left for New Mexico. Police investigated them, but without evidence, no charges were filed. Still, Graven remained convinced they knew more than they were saying. Another strange detail surfaced. Soon after the Martins vanished, a stolen .38 Colt Commander handgun was discovered in the bushes along the gorge. It was wrapped in a single-use Korean War-era military bandage. Investigators also discovered tire marks that led to a cliff edge nearby. A volunteer diver looked into the waters at the time but couldn't find anything. Many believe the car was just too deep to be seen with the equipment they had back then. Graven carried on his investigation for years. He even spoke with witnesses who said they saw the family at a rest break with two unknown men. That day, other people claimed to have heard screaming in the gorge. However, everything remained speculation in the absence of solid evidence. Eventually, Graven retired. The case was abandoned, and his reports were stored away. The mystery then suddenly returned to the headlines after almost 60 years. While testing sonar equipment near Cascade Locks in late 2024, Archer Mayo, a recreational diver, saw something odd beneath the surface. He contacted authorities. After conducting an investigation on March 28, 2025, a recovery crew discovered the rusted remains of a red and cream Ford station wagon buried deep in the silt of the Columbia River. The vehicle was confirmed to be the Martins' long-lost car. Despite a thorough search by divers, no human remains were discovered there. Nevertheless, the car's location, close to where tire tracks had been spotted in 1958, provided evidence that the family had gone into the river. Whether it was by accident or on purpose, however, remains a mystery. Now, new forensic technologies offer a sliver of hope. The car had been being examined by investigators to look for hair, DNA, or other clues that could reveal what unfolded that day. Some people think a long, silent witness would finally come forward due to renewed public interest. The tragedy that struck the Martin family was devastating, as they were an ordinary, loving family. They were not in danger or engaged in criminal activity. They were out celebrating Christmas and never came back. The case was discussed in whispers for years, with theories ranging from cover-ups to murders or accidents. However, now that the car has been found, there is hope that the entire story will eventually be disclosed. The Martins are still remembered even after all this time. Their names have been carved into Oregon's history, not just as a mystery, but as a family whose quiet Sunday drive turned into a puzzle that still haunts the present day. That was all for today. Do not forget to like and subscribe to the Suspense Room to unlock more stories.